Okay, the last meringue we're going to cover is Swiss meringue. This is one of the meringues that's not very well, not commercially used a lot these days because it's a bit more time consuming than the Italian and the French meringues. For this one you need to heat the sugar up to dissolve it. There's two ways of doing this for a Swiss meringue. The first way is over a bain-marie, which is the method we're using today, or you can heat the sugar up in the oven and pour it over the whisking whites. What you want is the sugar to be at around 50 degrees for the lift and the sugar to dissolve in, and also to stabilise the egg whites. So that heat transfer will stable those egg whites. So for this then, again, we just start the egg whites whisking up. You want them about halfway there to soft peak before we rain our sugar in, and then I'm going to put this on the bain-marie and bring it up to 50 degrees. When whisking and using a whisk, you want to use the whole of the whisk, so holding it from the top here, and pushing is easier than pulling. So when you pull in and whisk in this way, it takes more energy in your arm than to push away. So if you've got a large mix or egg whites, we're going to use the push away. Okay, that's about there. And start to rain the sugar in. The bowl from sliding around, you can put a ring, a pastry ring, or a tea towel. We haven't got any tea towels today because of COVID, so I'm just using my hand as I'm whisking to stabilise the bowl. That's nice and creamy, but it's not stiff, so I'm going to transfer that across to the bain-marie and cook that out to 50 degrees whilst maintaining that whisking. If we don't keep whisking, the sugar won't dissolve and you'll end up with a scrambled egg. Okay, so my egg whites and my sugar have reached 50 degrees, and at this stage they're super shiny, they're firming up nicely, and they're nice and smooth. So I'm going to transfer that across. You can finish it by hand, but you'll be there for quite a while. So I'm just going to transfer this mix across now up onto the stand mixer and finish that, and you're just going to whisk it till it's cool or room temperature. The mix is now nice and cool, sort of body temperature. You don't want it any hotter than that because it'll start to disintegrate once it sits still for a minute. It's super shiny again, so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a nice stiff viscous meringue with a good shine and a nice smooth texture. Okay, so that's all good. Applications for Swiss meringue, generally these days you won't find it on a lot of products because it's time consuming, but you'll see them in the recipes for sponges and buttercreams. It lightens it up and makes it a lot lighter. So by adding a meringue to a buttercream, it will make the mix go a lot further and it'll be more cost effective. So it's a good way if you're on a small budget to make something nice and bulky. So we're going to just make a really simple chocolate mousse with our Swiss meringue today. So I've melted down over a bain-marie 200 grams of dark chocolate and a little bit of butter, and that's come up to 47 degrees. Any more than that, it starts to get a bit grainy and be too hot for the mix of the meringue and the cream. So you want a soft whipped cream, so I'm just going to add a spoon of that first. So you always generally with a mousse go in weights. So the chocolate mix is the heaviest, then the cream is slightly lighter, and then we finish with the meringue, and that's super light. So that way you won't knock out too much of the air. So we're using a folding action, so we go around the outside of the bowl, through the middle, figure of 8. What I find helps with this as well is if you turn your bowl, because then that's adding that extra movement into the mix. You want to be quite quick with this because the cream's cold and the chocolate's warm. It can split quite easily, so you want to move a little bit quickly on adding it together. Don't fold it all the way through before you add your meringue, because then you get a nice mix incorporated and it will be a lighter finish. So again, nice and patient, figure of 8, going around, I'm moving my bowl, I'm making sure that my spatula is going right to the bottom of that bowl and all of that mix is incorporated before giving it another turn. Don't be tempted to give it a whisk, you'll only over whip the cream and knock the air out of the eggs. Give it a good mix, figure of 8, all the way around the outside. These are expensive products we're using, so we want to make sure that we're getting the most out of that mix. And what you should end up with is a nice shiny, light and smooth mousse. This is stable and anybody who's immunocompromised or pregnant women can eat this because we've heated up the eggs. It's stabilised them. Even better would be an Italian meringue. Okay. Don't be afraid to move it right out the way to get to the bottom of that bowl. But always finish with going around the outside. Slim shape. Again, filling bag, no nozzle for this one. Over the hand or a jug. Don't overfill your mix, so only halfway. Just drop that in. This is slightly slacker than a meringue, so that control, you might not have the control until you practice. So using a ladle will help that stay nice and tiny. Drop the mix down, give it a twist, and then again using scissors, not a knife, to cut that, we're going to fill that into a glass. So when I'm piping my mix, I'm making sure there's no airlocks in the bag, and I'm controlling with my right hand and guiding with my left. Chocolate mousse is very rich, so you don't want too much in the bag. You want a fair size hole. If it's too small, it's going to maybe split your mix because of the cream that's in there. If it's too large, you lose that control on there. So I'm just going to pipe, good mix, and then all the way around.